Yo, 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 yo. Check, check, check. 1 2, boy. 1 2. Yep, yep, yep. We in the building. Yeah, blessings, blessings, blessings. Rebel advocates back in the building. What's going on, guys? Everyone all right? Yeah. Who's here anyway? Anyone here with me?
Yeah, man.
Who's that? Is that Artie? What are you saying, Artie?
All good, man. How you been? You had a good weekend?
Yeah, I can't complain. Cannot complain. Cannot complain.
Uh, that's good. That's good.
Who else is there? Anyone else?
Yo, Zo,
Well, go on, Johnny.
you
Oh,
good?
yeah, man. Bless you.
A bit tired still, but you know the thing. We just have to just go through it. You get it?
I said, God. I said, God. I said, God.
Mm.
So yeah, shall we start with the France thing? Shall we start with the France thing? Yeah, it was what was it? Some guy was driving a car or something, driving off, young man, 17-year-old, and they just shot him, right? So, right, but some people said, you know, they shot him. He shot them. He shot him because he was gonna get run over. The policeman said he was gonna get run over, so he had to shoot him. Some people say it was on the side of the car. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what. You guys heard anything about that, old boy, guys? Johnny, did you hear anything about that, Johnny?
I heard some bits and bobs on the news about about the youth got shot and something red, whatnot, but it's nothing too clear. You get it? But I heard bits and bobs on the news, but you can't take what they say on the news as gospel. You get it? So I don't. I heard, like I said, I don't really know too much about it, but. Just briefly what you said about the 17-year-old youth got popped, and yeah, just that really.
No worries, no worries. What about you, Artie? Did you hear anything about it on the news?
Yeah, seen it on. You've seen it on the news now, and there's been various bits of footage floating around. But from what I've seen and what I've gathered, like they've shown a couple of still screenshots, and there is kind of a video though. Funny enough, it's hard to find now. As you know, like 2 days ago, you'd probably seen it easier for whatever reason that is. But no, the two police officers, they were by the side, so I don't know when they're saying how they were going to get run over, but from what I've seen of it didn't look that way. You know what I mean? And they shot him before he drove off anyway. He didn't drive off. Like he drove a bit after, like whatever, like a reactionary sort of thing. But yeah, it's not a good look for them, innit? And like, we spoke earlier, this sort of situation, sort of especially in France, seems to be brewing for a long time,
Yeah. They're prone to that behavior. But I mean, they give a lot of bad treatment, don't they, for the ethnics in France, innit? They treat them really bad, don't they? Really, honestly, innit?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's been going on for a good while, isn't it? Treatment of people out there.
You'd have thought, like in this day now, it would at least change, because like if you look at the French football team, innit?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Look at the football team and you see all the people there, and you just assume, all right, then this is what France is like, yeah.
But it seems that way, though, isn't it? Like you said, with French sportsmen and women or whatever, and especially the national team, it's very mixed. And from what I can remember back, it's been mixed from time. Was mixed back in the 80s.
Yeah, since Tigana.
Yeah, I mean, players like Tigana and that, exactly.
Yeah.
And okay, you would, and that's, but this is everywhere, isn't it? In a lot of places, but like you said over there, you'd think to yourself, you know what? Yeah, you have to sort of move and grow with the times, but it doesn't seem that way. And it's like, a lot of people in France, a lot of migrants or French nationals who are just black. Yeah, they just get like a rougher deal all round, just going throughout their life. But then if you become famous, then you know what I mean. that's kind of different. But then, you know, they said it's you'd think over 40 years since players like Tigana were there, it would have changed. But it's not still, and they're still having these issues, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, because, you know, they've got the rise of the far right with what was the Le Pen. Yeah. She's kind of national frontish out there and sort of promoting that. So I suppose that will carry over to the police force, sadly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've always had the hint of all that National Front stuff over there, haven't they? And so what? But listen, right? What about the riots then? Is it justified? Could they tear up the place, looting shops and all that stuff? Is it justifiable? What do you think, guys?
No. Well, I suppose that's sort of the inevitable outcome, isn't it, of years of sort of repression and stuff, isn't it? So you're just oppressed and you have enough. It's happened. We've seen it over here, innit? We've seen it in Brixton. Where else over here? Topsteth. You know, we've seen it in various places. I think it takes a lot, innit? And obviously, you've just killed someone. I think that's enough. Like you said, sort of smashing up things in sometimes your own city, that's a little bit counterproductive, you know what I mean? But that's just anger, sadly, isn't it?
What do you think about that, Johnny? Tearing up the city. All right, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, shit. What else can they do, right?
Yeah, I just think it's gradual, isn't it? It's not just riots happening right now just for one incident.
No, totally.
There's so many, isn't it?
It's a build up. Yeah, because listen, it's every few years you always hear something going on over there, and you think, all right,
yeah,
what's it this time? Yeah.
And it's always places like, well, I mean, this is Paris now, but usually sort of places where there's sort of large ethnic population. It's still a massive minority, but, you know what I mean? Places like Marseille, you know what I mean? And you just hear a situation happening in places like that and stuff. So like you said, it's not just one instance now. It's a gradual build-up of stuff. And I bet there's many incidents that have happened and will continue to happen that don't even get sort of reported upon.
Yeah, standard. Yeah.
You know, and it's almost like everybody's complicit with it all. But like I said, the rise of the far right in France has been on for a while now, isn't it? With Le Pen and stuff, and there's sort of policies that they're bringing through, you know, their government, you know, I mean, very repressive policies and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said earlier, you look at the sports team and their, you know, the major success they had, you know, they're shining lights. They had good white players as well, don't get me wrong, but were generally black players.
Sorry, say that again, old chap. Sorry.
No, what we're saying is that.
Yeah, go on.
All right, go on. Sorry, go on. Go on.
Yeah, what we're saying is like the shining lights of their sporting teams, especially the footballing ones, and even some of the rugby, the great rugby unions, you know, players have been black. So you'd think, like we said earlier, yeah, maybe 30, 40 years ago, it wasn't right to have these sort of you know, very bigoted opinions. But in 2023, you know, but then, like you said, it's all going a bit weird now because, you know, the right is rising up now in so many countries because people are disillusioned. So they just feed them the mantra of, you know, it's a problem in society because it's, you know, there's ethnics in our society, sadly, rather than look at the bigger picture.
Do you think that's justifiable, Johnny, the riots and all that stuff?
Do I think it's justifiable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, because I've been seeing it over there. It's been a lot of shit that's been going on. Because I remember I think last year they did start some rioting because of the pension. I think the retirement age and the pension age they did raise, and then they started rioting over that for like weeks. And then now, when you look at certain things, I think they got all this rubbish on the streets now because the people have decided, like the bin men and that have decided that they're not gonna work now. So it's like they just got all this garbage and all that that's piled up on the sidewalks and all that. So it's all, yeah, they're taking their stance still, but I don't know, man. But yeah, it is. Yeah, I would say they're right for what they're doing, but boy.
What you trying with? They ain't got a voice in it, because it doesn't. It seems like it doesn't matter what they do. They've been writing for how
exactly
how long, for how many different things, and still they're not getting no answer. So to them, that's justifiable.
So
yeah,
it is.
Yeah, because that thing about they're trying to raise the pension age out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to do as well, trying to rise up sort of, I think it's from like say 62 to 64. So that, they're always trying to do something that is not benefiting anybody apart from themselves. And then people, I think, have just had enough now. You can't keep raising the pension age. And one thing about the French out there is when things are not happening, they will actually go in and properly protest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I like about them. They don't play; they go in straight away.
No, yeah, they're not messing around. Whereas sadly over here, and it's hard, I know, to protest as well because they're bringing in more anti-protest laws. But if you do feel stuff's going wrong, I think a lot of us just like to, I'm not speaking for other people in general, but we'll just take what's given us. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, they do it here as well. I remember there was something going on down at Trafalgar Square. Do you remember that, Johnny? I think we was on our holiday that time, and there was something going on at Trafalgar Square. I think Ike was gonna be down there as well. You know what I mean? And there was no nothing on the news. It was nowhere to be seen. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yes.
So I mean, there are things going on, right? But they try and mask it like it's not there.
No, exactly. That's right. Yes. And you don't hear about those things.
Yeah, straight up. So, what are we saying? France, pull your finger out, do something there appropriate. Pull your finger out there for prostate.
Yeah.
But France, pull your finger out. Stop. Be fair. Treat the people fair. It's all right to put them, all these players from Africa. Imagine if all them players actually didn't play for France national team. That France team would be garbage.
They won nothing.
And Africa must have win something then. By then they must have won the World Cup then, innit?
Yeah.
Exactly. So pay a bit of respect, a bit of homage. You know what I mean, and stop trying to. But like I said, the difficult thing is when you have in so many countries now, the government in power or someone that's sort of, politicians that are in power are so bigoted that people sadly believe all the rhetoric and spin that's put to them about migrants and people of colour rather than do a bit of knowledge, do a bit of research maybe, and find that. So it is difficult, but they need to get the finger out. But it doesn't seem like this thing's going to calm down anytime soon, but they'll probably bring in the army though soon, sadly. Yeah,
there was talk of that, wasn't there?
That's the thing. Once that happens, it's a wrap, really.
Yeah.
But hopefully,
no nothing. Controlled everything. That's
the thing. Martial law, like you said, isn't it? It's a bit of martial law there, mate.
So let's hope something goes on good there. But Watch the Space will come back with an update on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shall we move on? Let's move on. Let's go on to the old prostate. The old pull your finger out. They don't need They don't do that one no more anyway, so no worries, guys. Yeah, no worries. They don't do the finger thing no more. What is it? They can do something on your skin. We laughing for.
I think now they can take your bloods.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So there's no problem there. So you can. So what's the problem there? Jump in, guys. Jump in.
Oi.
What's it going on with it? Anything? You got any knowledge about that old chap?
I've done a bit on it, man. I've done a bit on it just to check out because it's like you said, it's this sort of it's almost a taboo, isn't it? Sort of prostate cancer, guys, isn't it? It's like it's not spoke about, or what I mean, one of these things. But yeah, it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem in the UK. You know what I mean? It's also a huge problem for black men because they're saying that black men are generally sort of a higher risk from kind of from prostate cancer. Obviously, there's sort of other genetic issues as well. But yeah, it's just a thing. I don't know. And these guys don't really talk about it. I mean, they say there's like 12,000 deaths every year in the UK.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's
what I mean?
That's a lot.
That's a lot, guys. 33 every day. And and it is a weird situation. It's like a thing that guys don't talk about, or you don't say to your mate, as mad as it sounds, get yourself checked or get your balls checked or something like that. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that, innit? It's like a weird sort of
I'm not having the guy stick his finger up
my
macho
ass. Manly thing in guys.
I'm not having some man stick his finger up my ass. What are you talking about?
But like you said, there's a new way now anyway, isn't it? It's not, it's not like it was then. Totally. It's terrible, man, and it's increasing every year. There's like almost 53,000 cases a year, guys. Still a decent survival rate at about 78%. But they're saying over the next sort of 10, sort of 15 years, there's going to be sort of another rise of about 15 to 20% of cases. You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of picking up and gaining ground.
Yeah, that's a strange one, isn't it? What's that? Is that just based on the knowledge thing? Because the man thing is like some man anyway. You understand? The man thing is like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll walk it out, or if you got some injury or something, you try and walk it out before you.
Yeah, exactly. We don't go. I mean, and from my personal self as well, as bad as it sounds, I don't go doctors, man. You know, I mean, I don't get sort of sick and fluey that much myself, but I just don't go. Like, I think, and this just sounds really weird. He said to an all person, he's like, I might have been to a doctor like once in about 7-8 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird. Why is that?
I don't know. I think there's a little part subconsciously with me as a man. It's like, this is things like we're talking about now. You're looking at something and thinking, you just don't want to get told something you don't want to, you know what I mean, here. Or maybe you might not get told that, but it's just that little nagging part of my psyche.
That's
that, you know
nuts,
what I mean?
Isn't it? Imagine that.
Yeah, man.
That's
I
nuts,
don't go GPs, man. Don't go GPs.
What about you, Johnny? You go doctors, Johnny?
If I feel there's something wrong, yeah. Because obviously, remember when we went on that holiday, yeah? I remember they had a sign up saying, obviously, if you want to come and get checked and check your prostate and all, check that. But when you go there, and I found that before I went on that holiday, you go to your doctors and you're like, oh, I want to check and see. And then they start asking you all these questions like, oh, what makes you think you might have prostate? Like, is it a long running thing in your family? And you're like, bro, I just want to get tested. You've got all these signs up saying so. Yeah. As much as what you said, RT, it's like a subject where a lot of men don't like going to the doctors and stuff. But in a next sense, you go to your doctors and they kind of make it hard for you as well. Like, we think we think you're all right. You're not showing no signs, or it doesn't run. If it doesn't run in your family, it might mean you are. And you're like thinking, bro, just test me, innit? Like, but I remember I had to fight to get tested but when I went on that holiday, they were telling me no, and then eventually they told me there's a way where they can take your bloods, because they were explaining back in the day when they used to push the finger up, when they were checking for it, apparently it could only check one side of the prostate. So there was people that was getting tested and the doctor was giving them the all clear, but little did they know it only checks one side. So the other side that the finger couldn't get to in it. So there was a lot of people that was getting misdiagnosed. There was a lot of people getting misdiagnosed, didn't it? Like,
you know them ones there, yeah.
Nah, it was a serious thing. That's why they stopped doing it that way now. That's why they stopped doing it that way now, and they do the blood. And they do the blood thing now, but still they kind of make it hard for you and like start asking you 1,000,001 questions. But I do go to the I do go to the doctors if I feel, like I said, if I feel there's something wrong with me, I will go, because it's like
you should go, man. Like, I personally know someone with prostate as well, so with prostate cancer. So yeah, it's a thing that it's just a thing for me. My cycle, I just man, I'd have to go doctors like
you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear.
Yeah, like if I feel all right in myself generally, like if I've got a cold and them things there, guys, I just don't go for colds and them. Like, I don't see the point in that. You know what I mean? Unless it gets really bad or you've got a mad chest, or you know what I mean. If it's just a cold, you guys, you know, you have your own self remedies and stuff. You know what I mean?
Listen. We understand 100%. Yeah, that's all. Voila, brethren. Voila. We understand that. Yeah, totally. But see, when you're sitting there and you're saying you're not gonna go, because you don't want to hear nothing. Imagine if you go there to the doctor eventually, and they say something like, "Oh, look, if you came earlier," you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. That's nuts. That's nuts. Sorry.
100%. I know.
Sorry, Johnny. No, Johnny. Go on, Johnny.
Let me show you a story now. A couple years ago, my uncle, he got a little cough, and he went to the doctors, and they give him some medicine or whatever, and then he still had the cough. And then he started getting some back pains, some lower back pains. Then he went back to the doctors and they were like, oh, maybe it's your vertebrae or something like that. They started telling him, they put him onto physio. He started doing physio and stuff like that, but he still had this cough. So the physio opted to send him for a scan. He went for a scan. And then they didn't see anything. Then they sent him for some next type of scanting where they they put some blue ink inside you, innit?
Yeah. So they can see something. Go on. They wanted to see something.
Yeah, and it goes around. And then they seen my man had the they seen that he had prostate cancer, innit? Yeah. From the cough that he had. And then obviously he was getting treated for it. And they said he was getting better and all of that. And then when they sent him again for a next test, they must have said, do you know what? This thing's like terminal now. It's like there's nothing else we can do for you because and it's just like what you said before, teacher. If you would have came earlier to us, but the only reason he didn't go earlier because he didn't have no symptoms, and he's always been the healthy type and go to the gym and work, and he works full time. And it's like when he got the cough, he wasn't even going to the doctor at first, but it got to a stage where the cough started hurting his chest. He's like, all right. Then they gave him that. Then his lower back started hurting, and they're saying these are all symptoms of these are early signs to look out for these things. And then obviously when he passed now, it's like I was like, right, I thought my man was fit and healthy, but it's like he was one of them ones as well, Artie. It's like he didn't like to go to the doctors for nothing. And that's what made me take it serious. Like, do you know what? I'm going to have to get my one checked out, because at least I would hate to hear it, but I'd rather them know from now. So if there's anything what they could like do from that, like early, because they say prevention's better than cure, innit? So sometimes if you can prevent certain things or catch it at the earlier state, it is
that's what they're saying. yeah, you've got 78%, you know what I mean, survival sort of rate from prostate. So yeah, obviously 100% like any other cancer in it. As soon as you catch it at a good time, then you can sort of deal with the matter. But yeah, it is a mad thing, man. Just like, I think that's a lot of men in general, you know what I mean? I don't put myself right for being that way, you know what I mean? But it's just, you sort of almost half semi-programmed to think, oh man, if I go there, they're going to tell you something. But obviously, when you look at things in sort of in a logical, almost logical sense, and just say, yeah, you know what, just have a pop over there every few months and get a, you know what I mean, MOT done, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the women do it. The women do it every few years with their is it the smear testing?
Yeah, the cervical, isn't it? Yeah, cervical.
Yeah, so it's like, so it's like you just have to just like you said. I know among us men, it's like we just don't want to go to those places. Like, one, we don't want to hear anything, and two, it's like you said, if you got a little cold or little thing, you're thinking, what am I going? Even with a little cough, I'm someone that's like, I ain't going doctors for a little cough.
Yeah, but it's mad because it's all crazy, John, because it's saying, obviously, it's increasing and like it's almost doubled in terms of the numbers from the 90s, and then it's saying it's going to increase again. So that must surely be down to us as men, obviously not you guys yourselves, but like our general reluctance to just go to a GP or go to a doctor and like yourself get yourself checked out or stuff. You know what I mean?
Do you think? I mean, what causes it? Do you know what I mean?
Well, before I would have said it was down to your lifestyle and what you eat and if you exercise or not. But I seen it with my own eyes. My uncle, he was the most healthiest. He eats good, so. And then they say it's like it's more likely. It's like what Artie said earlier. It's in a lot of black men, and it's like in your family genes. Like, so if your grandfather or your dad or it's like a family thing, isn't it? So it's like, I don't know, man, because they used to ask me lots of questions. Is your dad or this and that? I was like, I don't know. I don't really know my dad to that for me to know things like that, innit? So,
I understand,
yeah, so it is a bit mad, but yeah, it's like I said, teacher. It's like before I used to think it's down to lifestyle and stuff, but it's like you said, I don't know what it is, man. If it's just really in your blood, if it's really in your bloodline, like I don't know, man.
Well, it might be, yeah.
Did you say anything about is it bad health, healthy, unhealthy?
Not really, guys. No, they
hereditary,
just talk about it's just a massively common cause of cancer. I mean, it's the second most common cause of cancer deaths for men in the UK. You know what I mean? So it's just I think like Johnny said, I just think it's, I don't know, like they said it's more sort of prevalent in black males, and if you have some form of genetic history in your family, and I think they say also when you get older, they're saying sort of 60, 70 plus people are more likely to get it. That's not saying that anybody younger won't get it, you know what I mean, or have, I'm sure they have. But they're saying it's like I think if you're 70 plus, they're saying you've got like a 1 in 7 chance of getting it.
Yeah, that's big. It's big.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 70, sort of 70-ish, then it's sort of, as each sort of decade sort of passes, so you go your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, it's much more prevalent when sort of in older men, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's still about in younger men as well. But I'm just intrigued to find out, like, and sort of, you know, the numbers are just always increasing, you know what I mean? You'd think with the increase of, you know what I mean, sort of modern science and sort of techniques, you know what I mean, to way to deal with cancer. Now, although there's a big survival rate, but I suppose they'd argue that now, innit, to say that there's a bigger survival rate now. It's almost 3 out of 4 men that catch it. They'll be cool, you know what I mean? But then on the flip side, like John said, you know, it doesn't always, go away, or some cancers just come back, innit, sadly. I really do.
Because you would have thought, like you said, there would have been something where you could do certain things to obviously shorten your chances of catching like certain like prostate cancers and stuff. But it's like what you just said. It's like it's just a thing. Like if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get in it. There's really nothing you can do about it.
No, you can just, like you said, know your signs and get yourself checked out like you done. You know what I mean? And kudos to you, John. You know what I mean? Because you got yourself checked out and you had to push for it as well.
Yeah, of course. Because they put up barriers against you. Like I said, they ask you all these questions. Who's had it in your family? Has anyone? And I'm like, bro, I'm not really trying to answer these questions, and I don't even know the answers to them. All I want to know is when can I get this test ASAP, innit? Because I mean, and then they start telling you about, oh, you're too young to cap. Like we reckon you're. It's like what? Yeah, it's like what you said, where they start telling you this crap about you're too young to catch it, and I start thinking, forget all of that, man, because if I do catch it, or if I do catch it, what you gonna do? Compensate me if I do catch it, bro? Just run the test, innit?
Yeah, because like you said, you could always, don't get me wrong, if people have a certain lifestyle, a bad lifestyle, like a little teacher was saying, you can look into that. So okay, that could go towards that, because you know what I mean, you're not living well, so chances are you know your sort of immune system's quite low, you know what I mean, and sort of your general antibodies are not that good. But then I had a cousin of mine, is not prostate cancer related, but it's cancer related. She was in her 30s. She never smoked, she hardly ever drank, she was out, you know what I mean, she was gymming all the time, and she just got 2 tumours. She fought them off, and then she got 3 that came back and eventually killed her. So I think that's a bit of a myth. Like if you don't live well, you're always going to stand a better chance of getting it, possibly so. But there's been sort of many a fit person, you see it all the time, or you might hear about news sometime, or so and so gets cancer, or and like you said, John, but they're perfectly fit. They don't smoke, they don't drink, you know what I mean, they eat well.
They work,
like you said, if it's going
everything.
Yeah, like you said, if it's going to get you, it's going to get you, and you just got to hope that prostate or sort of any other cancer related, that you catch it early enough, isn't it? Otherwise, then, you know, I mean, even though they keep saying they've made progress in cancer research and they're always doing this funding, sorry, excuse me, they're still, even though people are sort of surviving more, there still seems to be far too many people dying. I mean, from this one, they're saying, I said 33 a day, guys.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know what I mean? That's a lot, mate. So I don't know. But I do, I don't know what you chaps think. I think that's where I'm coming from. That's men as general, not stereotyping all of us, because like I said, you guys will go get yourself checked out. Some of us just like, you don't go there, you don't go doctors. And that's just something that I think is more, like you said, guys, more ingrained in the male psychology than the female psychology, because they will go and get themselves checked out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, women, I know a lot of women that go and do the smear test and they check over their breast to see if there's any lumps in their breast or anything. So I know a lot of women that do that, but it's like what even you said earlier, even to like check, like even to check your balls and certain things is like,
yeah, because they tell you to do that. That's, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what, you know what I mean? And that's what we should be doing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because you're giving yourself an opportunity. But like I said, even for me, myself, and most other guys, it's not even about an age. I think it's just in general. And that's what we've been saying before. You're trying to sort of almost take away that myth of you've got to be a certain age, although there's a lot of scientific proof that if you are of a certain age, that you've got a much... or you're at higher risk of getting cancer, guys. Yeah, but still, it happens. Like I said to my cousin, 30-odd young lady, done none of that stuff. No drinking, no smoking, nothing at all, you know what I mean? And that's just what happens sometimes. That's the cards you're dealt with. But like you said, you've got to give yourself the best chance. But yeah, I reckon it's that part of it that, A, is the prostate. I mean, B, we're generally bad at going GP anyway. But yeah, the fact that it's prostate is that, it's like almost kind of taboo, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, Yeah, well, listen, big up to listener out there giving us some information on your rights and stuff like that. It says, if you're 50, actually, if you're 50, you're they have to give it to you. You know, you go to your GP and you ask for a PSA test. They have to give it to you if you're 50. You know, but if you're
Okay, cool.
if you're younger than that, what is it, 45 to 49? You know, it's not. They don't have to give it to you, but you know, you can ask for it, and I mean, most doctors believe that it's you should catch it before, you know, so they should test you. So just be persistent. If you're out there and you feel like something's going on or whatever, just go and get the test. You're scared, just go and get the test. Prevention is best, no, guys?
100%. Yeah, we need to get in there early.
Prevention's better than cure. Prevention's better than cure, man. Certain things they can't cure, you get it? So if you can prevent it, do it, man.
100%, guys. I think, like you said, if you can get in there early and get it done, you give yourself a chance in it. Like you said, we don't want to be like these guys, and there's many sad stories of that, isn't there? Like we said, we've got 33 people dying a day, sort of, in the UK. So yeah, that's great information to kind of put forward by the listener there, because I'm in those age brackets that were just aforementioned there. So yeah, there you go. Straight and get yourself checked out.
It's even scary, even because even talking about it now, it's like I think about it sometimes, but even talking about it now is even like got me thinking, like, is there something else I need to go check now just to get me?
Yeah.
Just get me. Like,
wakes you up a little bit, isn't it?
Something. Yeah, or do I need to change something in my lifestyle to get me? It's all mad, man.
Yeah. It's definitely, but yeah, no, that's good information. And now, hopefully, if there's any other listeners that didn't know about their rights and they heard that, yeah, go get yourself checked out, guys. Come on.
Yeah, listen, 100%. You want to be healthy out there. You want to be the best representation of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And go on for as long as we can. You know, naturally, not having no other problem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, jump in, guys. Jump in. Don't be scared.
Women. Yeah. Men, everyone get checked up, man.
Yeah, get the MOTs, mate.
That's what it is. That's what the MOTs, man. Get your MOTs, because look, if you drive, people are quick to bring their cars for MOT and them thing there. So you have to bring yourself. You have to bring yourself for your MOT, man.
Definitely.
All right, guys. So what on that one? Let's switch it up. What? Anything else? Any other business? There was a lot of boxing on last night, innit? You see any boxing? Was there anything interesting?
A few matches.
What?
Go on, Artie.
No, there was a few ladies. Who was it? I didn't see it, so I'll bow to anybody if they saw the fight. The what's her name? Savannah Marshall. She won the undisputed belts now. I think super middleweight now.
Yes, she beat this
but
girl.
Apparently, it was very
rubbish.
close. It was very close. They said majority draw. Sorry, or a majority decision. Sorry. So apparently, it was a really close fight.
Did you see it, Johnny?
No, I didn't see it, but I just read about it on like some sport websites, and they were just like, they're trying to say that this girl, the Savannah Marshall girl, they're saying she won convincingly still, but I don't know how you can win convincingly and it's gone to points. So I don't know what's going on. And it's like what Artie said as well. It was like the points decisions wasn't far apart. It was like close, innit? So
yeah.
So I don't know. So I don't know what part they're saying that the girl won it convincingly, because I don't get it.
Nah, you're losing rounds still, is it? I just read the text report, like on the BBC sort of sports, and they said it was quite close still, but she won by a couple. Marshall, they gave it to her, but yeah, now they might have the rematch in it, her and Shields again.
Yeah,
but she should have to go over to the States anyway, because to be fair, at least Shields come over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You come over and done the business, so you got to kind of give her props and go back there. Want to try to fight her and beat her again, you know what I mean? I saw some stupid nonsense there about Tyson Fury fighting in Ghana with an exhibition match. Get out of here, man.
Yes.
This guy's getting on my nerves. He's getting
Where,
on my nerves,
where's that
man.
in South? Where's that? Where they're fighting?
It's not been discussed yet. The fight's not finalised yet, but it's just an exhibition. It's not even. Oh, Lord, give me strength,
Money spinners.
Yeah. He don't want it in Ghana.
Money
He don't want
spinners,
proper.
mate.
Yeah, because I see when he had the face-off with John Jones, innit, in Ghana. He don't want to fight John Jones, mate. He don't want to fight Johnny, so he'll rather do an exhibition. And that's the thing. It's not like a proper fight, you know.
Well, listen, that's what they want, innit? They want money. They want to secure their future for themselves and their family first, before they can start risking their life, which should have been done a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, of course, definitely. But yeah, that's a bit stalemate, innit? The heavyweight boxing's just stalemate now. What happened? Oh no, did they agree to fight that man to fight again? Yeah, I think they did now.
Who?
What's his name? Joshua and White.
Joshua, Dillian White, yeah, and there's a rematch, and there's a rematch clause in there, bro. It's all gone to pot, man. It's all.
They're just scratching around, isn't it? These guys are just scratching around.
If it's a proper scrap, man. If it's a proper scrap, it could be a good fight if they're gonna properly fight. You know what I'm saying?
The first one was quite good, to be fair. I'll give them their props for the first one. Was a good.
The only
thing that's gonna be good is the face-off thing with them two. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to. Them two make me laugh, innit? Dillian's funny. That's the only thing I can wait for. The fight.
What did he say? What did he say last time? What did he say, Johnny, last time?
If you're cool, I'm cool. Like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't think he said, "Yo, you're acting like I never lent you a one pair of pants when we went out, when we went to club one time. Go on, tell them I might give you a one pair of trousers to wear. And now you're acting like you don't even know me no more." Yeah, he was going on a bit mad. Dillian's a bit mad.
He's a character, isn't he?
But he's entertaining. That's what they like, innit? It's entertainment. But it's like now they've turned it more into an entertainment aspect because you've got all these KSIs and they've got all these what's the Paul brothers and they got it's more entertainment now. It's just, and you got boxers fighting UFC fighters and it's all bullshit now, man. But it's like what teacher said. If you can secure the bag, you secure the bag, innit?
That's it. They've got to look after themselves at the end of the day. And, you know, if they're cautious about not fighting here or if the man them can fight in Saudi again, you know what I mean? Talking about this Wilder and Joshua in Saudi in December. So if
I seen that as well, man.
That's a big fight for them, man, innit? They'll get paid handsomely for that. So you can't blame them, man, for holding out to try to get that fight, if they can get that fight with a level of money that will be in Saudi. It's just way more than it's here. And
exactly,
Frank Warren's talking smack, saying, he wants the Saudi money. Of course he wants the Saudi money, bro.
Listen, man.
Of course he wants to.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
They need to do that. And listen, if you think this day and age as well for this now, we was talking about some racism stuff before, but look, some kind of control or something, you understand, with this money thing with the boxing and stuff, because these people are still feeling that they need to do it, and also there's a eye for it, there's a view for it. People want to see it. That Jake Paul stuff. People, it's not just nobody watching. Everyone's watching that. You understand? Yeah. And they don't mind seeing that because they take it. The boxing, you know how the boxing's been going, innit? They take long and all this stuff and.
Yeah, but then, like you said, they need to secure the money, innit? So
they need their money, and they should have paid their money already, long time. You know what I'm saying? And look, you look at it like the players, the football players going to this other league, Saudi league, and all of them. And look, young players going over there. Neves, didn't he say Neves? Yeah. Johnny, you tell me that.
Ruben Neves, 26 years old, gone over there, man.
What's these guys going over there for already? You know what I mean? Maybe they're not getting. I mean, look, always, you know. Anyway, look, go and look at the top Premier League players' wages. You understand? And it's going to be a handful of players, isn't it? That's on big money, and then the rest ain't on that big money, innit?
Yeah, true.
So then the clubs are taking the money. Is that the thing then? Is that the thing with all the everybody everybody buying the clubs? Yeah, it's the big hustle on. You understand? You're not really giving the money to the players, as much as they're making and getting.
Well, exactly. I think also, like you said, like it's everything in sport is short, whether it's boxing or football. I mean, especially boxing. Gosh, a man get hit once wrong and they've got brain damage. You know what I mean? So you can never knock them for. Even that might frustrate you as a fan. They say, I want to see these guys fight, but they're holding out for what they want, innit? And also like Tisha said, innit? You got the greedy promoter man, the minute just holding the money, innit? Stalling with the money, you know what I mean? Like who done it? The other, remember he tried. What's his name? The legend Don King. He teethed man's money, innit? He teethed Daniel Dubois' £1 million, innit? He teethed it, mate.
Still owes him to this day, isn't it?
Still owes him that $1 million, bruv. He put a show on with no backing in a hotel, a tiny place. He was never going to generate any money, you know what I mean? And he knew that, and he just winged it, and he just bullshitted, man, you know what I mean? and just got man to fight out there. Innit? He fought Trevor Bryan in it, Daniel Dubois, and he just I think her pay was 1-4. I think he gave him like 200 bags, but that was it, bro.
Yeah, he ripped him off differently.
And then he said he's trying to find him, and you know what I mean, and he's pissed off with him, you know what I mean. And it would be so much better if these guys could self-promote, but they need to get a foothold in there, and it's very difficult, in it, because they've still got man like Don King who's 90, and he's still in there, bro.
Why can't they self-promote?
Yeah, go on.
They can, but then you've got to work with these promoters, though, innit? You've got to work with them, like the Bob Arams, the Don Kings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. They hold the keys. They hold the keys. You have to work with them because they're holding it. But
and then man work alongside the federations. You know what I mean? The governing bodies work alongside them.
Everyone's juiced in, man. Everyone's juiced in.
Yeah, terrible. Boxing is so corrupt. So I don't knock none of the boxers for doing it. For even the footballers. You know what I mean? Like you see, a player from our team, he's just gone out to Saudi. Going to get 10 million a year wages.
And he was young as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's 22, mate.
Yeah, man, he's got no business going over there, but he's trying to secure his family, you know what I mean?
And he will do it with those, you know what I mean? With those, 2-3 years, he's there, he's laughing.
I'm surprised nobody offered him down in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Down south, innit? Yeah. But they're just taking the risk out there because they know he's a flair player and, he can go and perform out there, do something, he's got some trick. He's that sort of guy that can go out there, play, do some tricks and that, and he play well out there still. But I think also he's smart because he's gone out there, he's going to get the big money, everything's secure, and I think he's quite risk-free as well, you know what I mean?
What's the lifestyle like out there?
Well, boy, you've got to, you've got to toe the line.
It's a Muslim place, right?
Muslim country, so you've got to abide by their rules.
Yeah,
that's simple. But they might be, if I'm honest with you, there might be some exceptions they're doing there. They might do some exceptions because of obviously they've got the money in it, and money talks wherever you go. So they can probably there might be some little background, background bars. But even then, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? But like, even if you go there, even if you're a non-Muslim, couple years there, you just got to go chill.
Yeah, you can go there, hustle up, get your money, save your money, because it's not that type of place, isn't it?
No.
Go and save your money, save it up, kick some ball. I don't even think the level's bad, innit? It's not.
We're certainly getting better and better, innit? Now we're certainly getting. And even we saw Saudi in the World Cup, they're all right.
Yeah, with the skill level now, they just need. I don't remember them playing actually in the World Cup. I don't remember them.
Yeah, they beat Argentina, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat Argentina.
They beat Argentina. I remember that game.
In the first game, and then
that was it.
And then they just fell off. Yeah, they just fell apart.
That's all right, though.
Remember
They
said
got
they
one
give the man
scout.
them Mercedes and that, innit? They give them all cars, innit? All them, man.
Yeah, he bought them all. Yeah.
They were expecting Mercedes every round. You get me? I want my fleet. You understand? I want my own fleet.
Get a VW next round, man. Get a VW.
Innit? And then they
But
lost.
yeah.
Then they lost.
Get VW. But no, I mean, I say good luck to all the guys there who are going there. But just like you said, though, it's a Muslim country you're going to, so just go there, chill, behave yourself, earn your money in it, and if you want to come back and play again, but you never know. Like you said, the league might start getting madly competitive because if players are going to keep going there, they're not signing rubbish players that are going there. You know what I mean?
Because remember when America and the Japanese league, they started signing players at the end of their careers, innit?
Yeah. Well, that was always
It's
what
like
we
this.
said, innit? It was,
Well, Hulk went there as well, innit? Hulk. Remember Hulk was over there.
Hulk went out to
man
China.
like Hulk,
yeah.
you know. Man like Hulk.
And what was my man at Chelsea, the Brazilian
Oscar, yeah,
went
and
there
he was
as well.
and he was young, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was like
young,
20. He was in his mid-20s.
and he was a good player. He was a bloody good player.
He was a techie player, man.
Good player, man. I liked him a lot. But yeah, he went out. They had a little bit of that going on out there, didn't they, for a bit?
But I don't think they could sustain it properly out there like that, man.
But I don't know. Maybe these men can, innit, if they can sustain it and keep on bringing in the influx of players that they're bringing in year after year. And like I think if it gets a big sort of TV deal, which I'm sure it will now,
there you go.
Then it's a wrap. Then it's going to be competitive. You know what I mean?
But you don't. But surely the wages is gonna have to start slowing down soon because look, they're actually buying the players off the clubs and giving them big wages. It's not like they're just getting them on a free contract and giving them big wages. It's like they're actually giving the club a deal. Look, they bought Ruben Neves for 47 million and he's getting a big wage.
But is it because they're in the Middle East so they don't have to?
No tax. I don't think they get taxed on their thing.
No tax, and what do they still have to go along with? Sort of guidelines in terms of the FFP, because isn't that just for Europe or?
I think that's just Europe, you know.
That's the thing. If that's just for Europe,
yeah,
that's
I think
a wrap,
they might
then.
get away with it.
That's the thing, mate. And now, because of that, they can just continue to spend and just buy players. And like you said, the wages they're putting man on, it's madness, mate. Like 10 times.
And they're buying football clubs over here now because eight Newcastle owners Saudis, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So now they're buying football clubs now. It's like, bruv, it's gonna go bad, bruv.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, if you're going to offer man, in some cases, 5-10 times their salary, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Like, you've got to be really 100%. Difficult. It's really difficult to turn that down. Although they'll throw the carrot. Like, obviously, you're not going to be playing Europe. You won't be in the Champions League and blah blah blah. But you can go there for 3 years, even say one contract there, innit? Just do your contract. I mean, just do a one contract there and then sort of leave and come back.
Because I think they had a contract.
By that time you're minted.
Go on.
No, I'm saying by that time you're minted.
I think they had something with Newcastle had something. If they did qualify for the Champions League next season, Cristiano could play for them or something. It's like some thing he had in his. Bruv, it's mad what they're doing. I don't know what's going on. Some mad thing going on.
No, it's definitely
a bit of money washing going on right now.
Isn't it, mate? It's a Mozart business.
Yeah, they're pumped. And it's like what you said. It's like they're getting the players when they're young, not even the one that left your team, the 22-year-old. It's like, no way did I see that come. I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't see that coming. No one saw that, mate. They just
because normally from your team they go Premier League, innit?
Yeah, Premier League, or they go Europe. We've had a few guys go Europe. Like who went to Europe? That guy Frimpong. He left us and went to Leverkusen. He's looking pretty good. But yeah, they generally go either or. But No, they just come in, snapped him up, mate, and he's fair enough, mate. 10 times his salary, mate.
Now they're talking about Juventus wanted Partey, but Partey said that he wants to go out there now as well. So it's just that.
Yeah.
Bro,
No, it is. Yeah, but no.
Wants a bit of that Saudi money.
Yeah, but like you said, it's everywhere. It's in the football now, the
boxing, football, everywhere.
I think they got involved in the wrestling. I think I heard in the WWE.
What, in Saudi?
They got involved. Yeah.
Go on, they're looking to get in. They're going in. They're looking to change it up from the oil. Is the oil running out?
No, they're just tapping into these sort of massive markets, in it. So, that's been a big market for years, the wrestling. So their man just had wrestling. They already had it over there. They make them have events over there, mate. You know what I mean?
So maybe that Tyson Fury might be over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That Fury and Garner fight.
Probably, isn't it? Well, he was over there, isn't it? He'd done something over there with that wrestling thing. I'm sure some way back then he was doing something, mate.
In that where Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk, and he was crying. He was crying. That's where he was crying out in Saudi, isn't it?
Was that the first? No, but where was the second one? The second one was at Tottenham, innit?
Yeah, the first one. No, was the first one?
I saw the second one. Was the second one at Tottenham or the first one? I know one of them was.
No, I think the first one was Tottenham, innit, and the second one was Saudi, innit?
But fucking, as I'm saying, they've jumped in on that. But to be fair to those two guys there, they earned good money from those fights. To be fair, that's one thing. That's one thing, they earned good money, man. I mean, decent money. After, like we already spoke about, after the amount of crap they got to pay out, but still earn some decent money. That's the only one thing I'd say. The longer these guys don't fight, the less chance they have of making the fights. You know what I mean? Because everyone's getting a bit older.
Because look, you can get a ban in boxing, but that's when you can fight out there. That's why Ben's looking to fight Eubank out there, innit? But all the boxing promoters are saying that is wrong, because they're saying the higher powers should get involved and ban it, basically, and say no. But obviously they can just get a license and box in Saudi, so it's mad, man.
Yeah, money talks in that sport, though, isn't it, mate? And in most other walks of life, sadly, isn't it? So, but it doesn't always talk for the right people who deserve the money. You know what I mean? You see a lot of the old sportsmen, and whether footballers or boxers, especially, that whatever. Everyone says, "Oh, they've gone on too long," but people don't always realise that maybe they're going on because they haven't even secured their future yet.
Yes,
they
haven't. Yeah.
Or their family's future, John. You know what I mean? And then they have to do that. But by doing that, end up like 50, 60-year-old slurred speech. You know what I mean? Mad. But yeah, that's the game, sadly, isn't it? It is that game, mate. You always see that with them. But yeah, like I said, isn't it? Fair play to the boxers. If they're holding out for the Saudi, go there. And taking with the football guys, isn't it? I don't know what. Well, they tried it with the golf, innit? They done it with the golf, but they turned it. But
now they merged.
What happened?
They come together now. The people that were playing, the ones that didn't want to play in the little Saudi Qatar thing or whatever it was, now they've merged something together now. And Rory McIlroy must have spoke last week and said he's happy that it's happened this way, because he was against it. Remember, because they said the ones that played in the Saudi thing, they weren't allowed to play in the Ryder Cup, innit? They put a block, bruv. It was all political money. It's all money, man.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're trying to say the way the people treat their people in the Middle East. That's why a lot of people don't agree with doing, even with the Formula One racing. A lot of them don't agree with it, but they still race out there. So I don't know. So, man.
That's the thing. If you don't agree with it, then don't race out there, innit?
It's just like, you got all these people, all these football pundits. They didn't agree with it, but they still went out there and done the punditry. So
exactly,
they're all hypocrites. They're all hypocrites.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. You take the money, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
So what? There was a lot of players though. Who else is going there? Is there any other rumors to anyone going out there? Saudi?
They're talking about Lukaku could go out there.
What about Zaha?
His contract's done yesterday. It finished on all the contracts finished on the 30th of June. So Crystal Palace are trying to talk to him about a 3-year contract, but they're saying my man's already made up his mind, and it looked like he's going out there. You think they said he could be going to the same team as Cristiano Ronaldo's at? I think he could be going to Cristiano's team.
All right.
So I'm saying, look, everyone's just jumping. Get me? It's like you need to get your players on a long contract now, or they're just gonna be like, "Yo, I'm going Saudi, innit? Like, forget it."
Well, yeah. I mean, even if they are on the long contract, they could still turn around and say, "Look, mate, I want to leave, mate." I mean, you could hold them to it, but you know, generally with the money that they offer, they don't mess around, innit? They'll just say, "Yeah, well, like we want him. Here's the money. Here's a couple million on top as well for your troubles, mate." You know what I mean? And I'll just take that and say, "Yeah."
It's all crazy, man. Everyone's jumping on. It's the latest thing now, isn't it? It's like as the Premier League lost its pull, are they starting to lose their pull now? And it's crazy, man.
Playing second fiddle, mate, to the Saudis, maybe. Well, as you said, see how it goes over the next year or so, innit? If they keep on taking top players and even players, young players as well, boy.
And all the managers are going out there. Look, Nuno Espirito Santos won the league, innit? His team beat Cristiano Ronaldo's team to the title. So even he went out there and won something. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Won something more than Tottenham.
Hey.
Yeah.
He was good though, innit? He was good at Wolves though, wasn't he? Remember?
Yeah, because he had a lot of that Portuguese influx there, innit? He had all, look, Neves and all them Neto and Matinho, and he just had enough Portuguese footballers there.
Yeah, no, he done well at Wolves, to be fair. He had a good setup there.
Then when he went Tottenham, it's like he was just working with
that.
Dyer. A man like Eric Dyer, that was the only one he could be like, what, you were born in Portugal, yeah? All right, cool.
I got you,
man, but the rest of them was just not listening to his instructions, man.
Oh, it's Tottenham, innit? Yeah. But no, we'll see who's going to go again soon. I'm sure it won't be long before the next couple of players go out there, you know what I mean?
Neymar.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Because I don't see him going nowhere. I don't see him going back to Spain. The Premier League, only a couple teams can afford his wages in the Premier League. He might just be like, do you know what? I'm 31 years old now. Let me go and get a 4-year contract in Saudi and live. You know what I mean? Because he looks like he could just go and live anywhere, that guy. He looked like, from the money's right, and let the football do the talking, man.
And the dollar there, mate. Yeah, definitely. If he'll go there. But I don't know if he'll want to come with Europe, mate, because it's just, yeah, mate, it might be just too much. It might be too physical for him over here. And he's 31, like you said, he might just call it a day and just say, yeah, let me just go there. Last big contract.
Yeah, he can go there a couple years, big contract, then go to America, get a franchise.
Isn't it? We'll be buying clubs and motherfucking the amount of money he'll get out there.
Look, and that's what Teacher said they're doing. Look, Zaha and Stormzy just bought Crystal Palace AFC, whatever. Croydon. They just bought Croydon. They just bought that last week. So it's like, what was it? Kante just bought a team as well. It's like, bro, it's like what? It's a hustle, man. Everyone's just thinking, fuck it. You had them man that bought Salford United or Salford City. Like, bro, it's a hustle, man. Everyone's just like, all right, cool.
Man, there, innit?
And if you can come up through the leagues, then you're nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely out there.
It's crazy, man.
What do you think of that one there? What do you think of that that Stormzy and Zaha thing? What do you think of that? What is it? AFC Croydon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Might be
think?
all right, mate, isn't it? They're trying a team with something local. You know what I mean? Why not? You know, at least they're investing money into it and seem quite serious about doing it.
And they both got money as well, because Stormzy got the rap money, Zaha's got the football money. Just pump it. Yeah, I mean, they got money that they can fund the club. So we'll see, man.
It'll be interesting, mate. I'll tell you, to see how they bear.
Like you said earlier, you see how Vieira does at Strasbourg, and it's going to be interesting to see how a lot of these managers and players and all these players buying football clubs. It's going to be interesting to see in the next 5 to 10 years to see what happens with them, man.
Yeah, exactly. To see how it's all going to play out now. But it'll be good to see anyway. I mean, it's good to see another league to watch there, innit, out there. So, but no, it's good the job that those guys have done. Zaha, I think, you know, like I said, they invested in something local, which is good, and they're serious about it. Too many guys come out of sort of where they came from and probably don't try to do anything like that. Put a little something back in. But also, there's a lot of guys that do it as well. But it's good they've done it. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I'll just follow their progress in and see where they go.
Oh, could be interesting, man.
Yeah. Give them 10 years of being in the Premier League.
Could be good, mate. It could be a good thing. To get the right funding and everything. It could be a place where they could you could bring some managers there. You could bring certain managers who don't get a fair chance. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. Bring certain footballers that ain't getting. You know what I mean? Just bring through. Just like you said, just bring them through, man.
Get Johnny Barnes. Yeah, mate. Maybe get Barnesy back in there. Get Johnny Barnes.
Maybe we might see Les Ferdinand there since he's left his position at QPR. We might see him do something. Yeah, I mean, you never know, man.
Exactly. Maybe other people can look at this as a little thing they can do with other clubs. Yeah, with other clubs.
Yep.
And
yeah.
You got you know what I mean? Little clubs, little local clubs you can do stuff with, you know? I mean, Dulwich Hamlet, then placed there, you know what I mean?
Come on.
Build up. Yeah, man. I'll look for their result. I don't know what league they're in.
Who? This Croydon.
AFC Croydon. Like what tier they're in, you know what I mean? That'll be good.
Yeah, that's
what
right,
leagues?
man.
You see Strasbourg. What league are Strasbourg in? In Vieira's?
They were in the in League One, and that's they got relegated last year. But I didn't hear that they did. I mean, that's decent job for Vieira. Hopefully they'll show a bit of patience with him because he's shown some positive signs.
Remember, they said last week he went for the Leeds interview, so obviously it's either they just said, "Nah, man, don't bother. Like you're not gonna get this job," or maybe that the Chelsea owner just said to Vieira, "Yo, forget the Leeds job, man. I got a project for you. I'm gonna give you money because he's gonna." He is gonna get money to spend if that Todd Bowie gives it and be like, yo, or maybe he's gonna send the Chelsea players on loan. That maybe it's gonna be some. I don't know, man.
Be interesting to see what he does there. It's another job he's got. It's good. So hopefully, like I said, they'll show a bit of patience with him and see what he can do. It'll be because they were in there last year and there wasn't like a top team. But they were, unless they got relegated. I'll try to give him that if they got relegated, mate.
They're going to have to show patience with him, though, because it's Strasbourg. They're going to have to show. Strasbourg ain't doing shit.
Well, they're still in League One.
What are you saying, teacher? They're going to have to show patience with him, innit?
Yeah, of course. Why not? There. Who was there before? Who was the manager before? Like he was good. Like you know what I mean? I don't think he
Yeah.
was any better than Vieira. I don't think
Well,
he's.
no.
You know what I mean? Who was it?
I don't know, actually. Where were they? Where did they finish? I'm trying to see them. Oh, yeah, they finished like 15th. They're around
So near
15th.
relegation.
Yeah. I mean, so they have to give him some time. But yeah, they don't want to get relegated. But yeah, hopefully he'll do all right, man. I want to see him do good anyway, mate. As I said at Palace, he was pretty cool. He seemed to do well, mate. And I thought he was unfairly sacked, mate. But I said about that before, innit?
I think they said Juventus are looking to get rid of Pogba as well, you know.
He might go over there, innit?
Really?
Mate,
What's
that's
up?
what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Maybe he might be going over to Saudi as well, man.
Yeah, another one, mate.
He's been injured, isn't it? He hasn't played any matches over there, has
Yeah, injury prone. Remember, he missed the World Cup. He missed everything. He's just been injured, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he could be another one going out there, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But it'd be interesting to see if it gets a major TV deal, this league, because then if it does, you'll be able to see it a lot more. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Like after they're signing all these guys. After they're signing all these guys, you know what I mean?
That's the next thing for them. Like you said, the major TV deal. That's the next thing for them.
Oh yeah. And then once they get that, even more money, like I said.
So it's like what Teacher said earlier on then. If these Premier League teams have got all the money and they're getting all the TV deals and all the rights and that, they're not paying the players right then.
Well, like I said, the tax is the big thing as well over here, so the tax is massive.
Yeah.
The
I mean, I don't
50%
know,
tax,
man.
50% tax, you mean?
Yeah. Like all the Premier League players in England, they're on very good wages, innit? Like I see all of them, like unless they're just on like a youth contract or something, they've come through, and but I think most of them are on good wages, mate. But
What about
they
Rice?
just
Weren't
start-
Rice getting a low money long? Johnny,
Declan?
Yeah, Declan Rice. When he
Yeah,
getting
there
some
was a
low money
stage
not
he
long
was
ago?
getting. When he was on the youth contract, he was.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, innit? Before.
Oh, that was a long time ago, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was when he was getting the $3,000 a week, whatever, or $6,000 or whatever he was getting a week.
So then he's getting $3,000 then after the 50%, yeah, which is still a lot to normal people. You understand? $3,000 a week. But what? That's the average is what, about 10-15 grand, innit?
Yeah, I mean, they
Players
said
getting
when was that?
after the
About
tax.
that, yeah.
After the tax.
Yeah. So he was getting at West Ham up to before he left. Like, what's his average salary? Sort of 1.6 million after tax a year. After tax.
After tax. Okay.
Yeah, he signed a 5-year, £15.6 million contract. So yeah, like 3.1 a year. So yeah, you know what I mean, an average salary of 3.1. But yeah, I mean, he probably could have been getting a bit more over time. But now with Arsenal winning, he's going to be on fat money, isn't it? So must be on 100 something, isn't it? Arsenal easy, isn't it?
No, they said 200 and something he'd be getting. I think like 220 a week. They said he'd be getting.
Nice. That's what I'm saying.
A 5-year contract, 220 a week.
Yeah, it's gone up by a bit. It's gone up, innit? Fair play to him, mate. Yeah, 250 a week. So, you know, $1 million a month. Say I'll take home $500,000 a month, you know what I mean? Take home 125 grand a week, mate.
Jeez.
After tax. So that's what I'm saying. The Premier League money's there still, but obviously if he was going to Saudi, they'll be probably doubling that easy.
Ooh.
Or trebling that. You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Easily.
That's the problem. And then, that's levels, isn't it? The Premiership were the top ones, but now it's these guys. Like you said, can they sustain it? That's going to be the next thing, isn't it?
Oh.
I mean, is it a sustainable business model? Could well be. You wait and see, innit? I reckon give it like the first season, even that's going to be interesting by a year two. Yeah, there'll be a lot of good guys there, mate, and it'll be quite entertaining.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. It will change, and it will change the game, bringing all these different players. It will wise them up to certain tricks that they might not used to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As a playing player.
Getting all that tax-free money as well, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it's good, man. That's the thing. Tax-free out there. Laughing, mate. But yeah, I don't know what else has been going on in sports. That's kind of the main stuff, isn't it? Everything is football's pre-season, just waiting for things to happen. You know what I mean? Got the Wimbledon starting tomorrow.
Wimbledon's tomorrow, that's right. And the women's tournament starting soon as well, World Cup Women's.
Yeah.
It starts on the 20th of July.
That's it. So tune in out there, but it's check your kickoff times on those ones because they're all over the place. The kickoff
Australia,
times, they're all over the place. So if you got your set-top box or something, if you want to record something, you're better off that sometime than try stay up to like 3:30 in the morning and that. But some of them they're all over, like they're varying it, like 9, 10. I've seen other times midday and that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So yeah, there's a few bits to look out for, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, blessings anyway. Let's sign this off. You know what I'm saying? Last thing, talking about that prostate thing. If you anyone out there feel they need to get tested or anything, just go. And if they're telling you no or anything, just go. Tell them to test it. You understand? Or go to the next doctor. You understand? PSA test. Go and get it. 45 to 49-year-olds. Go and get checked out. You know what I'm saying? Be safe, not sorry. Blessings, guys. Blessings.
Yeah, blessings as well, guys.
Blessings, Johnny.
Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
Big up everyone out there. Big up Becky, Lou. Big up listener on the chats. Blessings. We'll see you on Wednesdays, yeah? We'll be back on Wednesdays, yeah? Hopefully, yeah?
Yeah.
Wednesday's good to go again, guys.
All right, then. On that note, bless up.
Bless up.
Yeah, guys.
Bless.
Bless.